Good day, everyone. Praise be Jesus and Mary. My name is Rica Ruiz. And for today, my discussion is all about sets and subsets. Now, let us start off with a question. What is a set? The definition of a set is a well defined collection of distinct objects considered as a single group or unit. How do we write a set? When we write sets, we always write it inside curly brackets or braces, and we must list the elements clearly. The elements must not repeat, and the order doesn't matter. Again, the elements must be well defined and unique. We do not repeat the same element twice in that particular set. Let us head over to the two types of methods on how to write sets. First would be the roster method. The roster method is a way of representing a set by listing all its elements explicitly separated by commas and enclosed in curly braces. In the set builder method describes a set by a property or condition that its elements satisfy instead of listing all the elements. In the set builder method acts as a placeholder or variable representing any element of that particular set. It doesn't have a fixed value, and it can be any element that satisfies the condition. You could actually still write sets in a descriptive method wherein you describe the elements in words without listing them. Furthermore, let us now head over to the types of sets. First, the finite set. The finite set has a countable number of elements. The infinite set has endless elements. The empty set has no elements, while the universal set contains all the elements of a particular topic or discussion. Proper subsets are subsets that is not equal to the main set, and disjoint sets are two sets that are disjoint if they have no common elements. Now let us head over to one of the most interesting parts in this discussion, which is all about subsets. Again, let us start off with a question. What is a subset? The definition of a subset is a smaller set formed from another set, where every element of the smaller set is also an element of the larger set. An example would be fruits. If set F consists of apples, bananas, mangoes, and oranges, then set S, which consists of apples and mangoes, is a subset of F, because both apple and mangoes are in the main set. More examples shall follow. I have now finished in discussing sets and subsets. Now I will go over to the application. Question: how can we apply sets and subsets in real life? And how can this help us? Actually, we have been using subsets and sets all our lives, but we just don't notice it. An example would be in the market. Organizing items, sets, and subsets help us organize and classify things in our everyday lives. For example, in a grocery store, we can use sets and subsets to group similar factors, such as fruits and vegetables. This is a concrete example of how sets can help us separate and classify the specific type of edibles. Another example would be athletics. In sports, we can use sets and subsets by dividing the players of each team in that particular sport. An example would be soccer or football. Set A consists of the players Mbappe, Bellingham, and Vinny. This is an example of a subset of the players in the club of Real Madrid. Another example, which is Set B, consists of the players Kelra, Kirk, and King Kong. This is an example of a subset of the players in the squad of Onyx players. Sets and subsets aren't just abstract math. They can be surprisingly useful in everyday lives, personally and professionally. It can be used beyond different discussions, but mostly sets and subsets are used in organizing stuff to make things more easier. Whether it could be organizing collections, planning and prioritizing stuff, personal finance, and even health and fitness. That would be all for today's discussion. Once again, this is Rica Ruiz, a student from Grade 7, Our Lady of Immaculate Conception.